Once again, Neal Druckmann has come out and teased us on the fate of Joel possibly changing in Season 2. And of course, he doesn't give definitive answers. He leaves everything ambiguous, as always, as his favorite thing to do. So I just wanted to give a quick article read through of these two that I read earlier today, and I thought they were pretty interesting. So yeah, Neal Druckmann teases changes to Joel's fate in The Last of Us Season 2. I'm not confirming or denying anything. Neal Druckmann hints that Joel's story in The Last of Us Season 2 may not follow the game exactly. Fans of The Last of Us know exactly what's coming, or at least they think they do. When The Last of Us Part 2 released in 2020, it shocked players by killing off Joel, one of the series' most beloved characters. Story. Yeah, everyone hated that. They did not enjoy that. I was one of them. Now, with Season 2 of HBO's adaptation set to premiere on April 13th, many are wondering, will the shows follow the same path? What co-creator Neal Druckmann just said in a new interview, that answer might not be as clear-cut as expected. While the game's story is emotional and brutal, the show's has room to take a few different paths, and Neal Druckmann isn't giving anything away just yet. And that's what I'm really excited for. We've seen in press tours or press photos, we've seen the scars in different places in Seattle, and we've seen Abby and the Wolves maybe before they even came upon Ellie, so they might give them a little bit more backstory, might cushion the story a little bit, and possibly change Joel's future. We'll be very excited to see. We're assuming the same thing happens in the show. In a new Game Informer interview, Druckmann was asked directly about adapting Joel's death and whether it's any harder to put something like that on screen versus in the game. And just as the question was being asked, he cut in with a surprising response. By the way, you're assuming the same thing happens in the show, Druckmann said. I'm not confirming or denying anything. Of course, the Mr. Ambiguity King. It's a small quote, but a big statement. Druckmann knows fans have expectations based on the game, and he's clearly keeping his cards close. While he's not promising that Joel's fate will change, he's at least opening the door to the possibility that it could. Of course, because it's ambiguous. Beyond that cryptic tease, Druckmann talked about a lot more. He confirmed that Last of Us Season 2 will have 7 episodes. Nice. I'm really glad at that episode count. I wish it was 10. I think every HBO series deserves at least 10 episodes, but we'll take what we can get. And that decision came purely from how the story naturally split. The 7th episode is going to be the breaking point for this story, he said. And then we pick up the following seasons from that point. Then we probably are going to get Joel's death at the end of this season. So either way, I mean, I wanted to read these articles just to see if we get a little bit more information, but probably not. He also shared that he directed an episode himself and felt much more confident this time. He reunited with his director of photography from season 1 and said the process felt smoother and more exciting. This time, it was a lot more comfortable, he said, just hitting the ground running and really working with great shots, great performances. There is Bella Ramsey as Ellie. I don't think she's that bad as Ellie. People take things out of proportion. But there were also teases about Smarter Infected, major set builds meant to recreate Seattle, and the introduction as Caitlin Denver as Abby. Druckmann said to the team focusing on casting based on acting skill and not just how closely someone matches a character's look. He also confirmed that religion will play a role in the season, particularly when it comes to the Seraphites. Yeah, we were supposed to see more of the Seraphites leader, the mother. We were supposed to get more of her character in this season. I would really love to see more of her backstory and them expanding just on the Seraphites in general. I would like to see that. Season 2 looks like it'll be just as heavy, emotional, and complex as the first, but with a few surprises along the way. Whether Joel lives or dies on screen, the story is being shaped with just as much care as the original game. What do you think? Should the show stick to the game or take a different route? Let us know your thoughts. And then I wanted to read another quick article. Neal Druckmann clarifies his comments on The Last of Us 3. Every project I worked on, I treat like it could be my last. Naughty Dog's Neal Druckmann recently made headlines when he told fans not to bet on the developer making The Last of Us 3. Now he clarifies those comments, saying, "So many stars have to align for any given project to come to market, so he can't guarantee anything as it relates to the future of the Last of Us project." Of course, he's the ambiguity king. He can't never just give straight answers. That's Neal Druckmann in a nutshell. Speaking to CTV's E-Talk, Druckmann said, "Every project I work on, I treat like it could be my last. I pour everything into it and leave nothing on the table." He added, "When we did the first Last of Us game, that's how I treated it. I wasn't sure I could ever get to make a sequel. It had to have a definitive ending. Likewise, when I worked on Uncharted 4, same thing. Same for when I worked on Last of Us 2, I was like, I don't know if I'll ever get to do this again. It had to have a definitive ending." I mean, that's fair. It said the ending in The Last of Us Part 2 is what Druckmann is working towards for the overall series. Whether it ends with the TV show or another game, he says, for there to be another game, another thing, another project, so many stars have to align. So I just can't guarantee it. Right now, my focus is on this season. Hopefully, HBO renews us next season. And then I'm working on a new game called Intergalactic Heretic Prophet, one project at a time," he says. Intergalactic is reportedly not going to release until 2027 at the soonest. So if The Last of Us 3 or any other one Last of Us game came after it, fans shouldn't expect to play it soon. The Last of Us Season 2 comes to HBO Sunday, April 13th. There are 7 episodes in total. The season covers the events of The Last of Us Part 2, but not all of them. In total, there could be 4 seasons of the show. Neal Druckmann is the ambiguity king. We get no clear answers. I just wanted to read these articles really quickly, give my thoughts. And my thoughts is Joel might die at the end of the season. It might be in a different way. Hopefully, it would be nice for him to go out at least fighting. Cover this real quick. Anime Senpai Zero, follow the socials. I'll be covering a lot of Last of Us series news and gaming news. It's one of my favorite gaming series, so yeah. Turn on notifications, hit like, subscribe. Appreciate you. And Anime Senpai Zero, we're out. Peace.